trailblazer in inclusivity in beauty brands.
What I'm doing right now is brand suicide, alienation. I'm going to be the most hated woman in this industry, but somebody's got to do it. I'm not here to be your friend. I am here to say the truth.
With the mission to redefine beauty standards, Chuter created Uoma as a space where individuality and cultural heritage is embraced and
so that
celebrated.
The next generation do not have the same experiences that I did, because I know as a society we can do better.
Beyond the brand, Sharon also founded Pull Up and Change, a movement challenging companies to take accountability for true diversity and inclusion. Her vision, her dream, was stolen from her, and we won't forget. Sharon, your contribution was immense. Rest in heaven, beloved.
Sharon, if this is your first time, welcome on board. So Sharon Chuter was founded. She was known as a popular black beauty founder, right? She owned the Uoma Beauty company, and she invested this company with two other white guys. So what happened was that while she was on a sick leave, they sold the company and they didn't inform her. So as soon as she came back from the sick leave, she filed for a lawsuit of $50 million. While she was going through with the lawsuit, she was found dead in her house on her patio, right? And a lot of people are speculating that probably they unalive her allegedly because of the $50 million lawsuit. And to think that she was one of the black beauty founder that had made so much impact in terms of diversity and inclusion, right? Because we all know that the beauty industry is being controlled and owned by other races other than black women. And as it is, she was one of the best when it comes to making all kinds of shades of foundation for black women and other women of color, right? She made almost 51 shades of foundation. That has never been done before. So basically she was a trailblazer. So people are speculating probably she was unalive because evidently, allegedly at the same time, maybe stole the company and they want to make money off of it. So guys, I have these videos about her situation. I want you to watch it, and I want you to leave your comments in the comment section of what you think about
Sharon Chuter, the Nigerian-born entrepreneur who founded Uoma Beauty and the Pull Up for Change initiative, has died at the age of 38. According to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner, she was found deceased on a patio on August 14th. Her cause of death has been listed as deferred, meaning it remains under investigation. Chuter was widely recognized for her groundbreaking work in the beauty industry. In 2019, she launched Uoma Beauty with an unprecedented 51 shades of foundation, setting a new standard for inclusivity. She later created Pull Up for Change, a global campaign that pushed major companies to disclose the number of Black employees in leadership roles. In 2023, Chuter stepped down as Uoma's CEO due to health concerns, but remained active as a shareholder and creative leader. Earlier this year, she filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles, alleging that Uoma's assets, valued up to $50 million, were sold off improperly during her medical leave. Her passing has sparked pouring of tributes, as the beauty world mourns a visionary leader dedicated to equity and representation.
I wanted to discuss this before the storm and wave of hoods come to the internet and decide to launch their attack against Black women, and ensure that we get this story out, okay? So this is Sharon Chuter. If you haven't already heard, her company was stolen from underneath her. She was the previous owner of Uoma Beauty, and she has now been found dead, with the cause of her death not yet being released. So we already, as people of color, are clocking tea, and we know what's up. Now, the backstory behind this is that she had some investors steal her company right underneath her while she was healing from being sick, okay? Her billion-dollar company was stolen from underneath her, and just 6 months into the lawsuit against the two companies, MacArthur Beauty and Brain Trust, she just randomly died. It was $1 million lawsuit in which she was suing them because of the illegal sale of her company from right underneath her. Now, it's important to understand that while she was sick and trying to recover, product remained on the shelves. There weren't as many sales going. And that was a perfect opportunity for the enemy to come in and snatch this right from underneath her. And then she was kicked out of her own company. Now, once she was able to notice what had taken place in the illegal and fraudulent sale of her company from right underneath her, then she launched her attack back and attempted to get her company back. This is not the first time that we have seen this with Black-owned businesses. And I wanted to speak about this because there needs to be more exposure to this, in addition to warning Black women that are in business and that are coming up in business. I need you to understand that these men are fully aware that we are the dollar. I need you to understand, and that's not just for Black women, that's for women owned, because I'm seeing the Latina owned companies, the women led Latina owned companies, the Palestinian Cola company. I'm seeing all these beautifully built entrepreneurial empires, myself included, where these men are sitting back and they're watching us put in the labor. They're coming in and sliding in, looking to take from you. Let me show you who did this to her. So these two men own this company called Brain Trust, also MacArthur Beauty. MacArthur Beauty would not reveal the owners of that company. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to find it. But in Brain Trust, I was able to find, of course, none other than a white man. Gabriel Luna Osteteski, Chad almost had a heart attack trying to say his name, was a part of stealing this woman's company from right underneath her. Their company's name is Brain Trust. And the reason why I'm getting it out there for everyone is to not only provide justice for her, but to also warn everybody else about this company. Now, allegedly, they did an illegal sale. That it was fraudulent and it did not follow the right steps. This is what's being reported. Allegedly, they did not take the right steps, which would cause it to be fraudulent. A fraudulent sale that was done right under her nose and excluded her out of the sale. So she walked away with quite literally nothing. Died at 38 after putting her hard-earned money, blood, sweat, and tears into it, and walked away with absolutely nothing. It's modern day slavery. Adam Jackson, founder and CEO at Brain Trust, AI investor, founder, and former CEO at Doctor On Demand, serial entrepreneur, and angel investor. That is why you have to be careful with these angel investors, because a lot of times they'll give you money to come around and sniff around and see where the pockets are in your business. This is what I learned in my master's degree. You cannot take, all money ain't good money. All money, especially if it's coming from a white man. You need to have a whole team of lawyers that you know for a fact that don't play about you, that's going to protect your assets, preferably a Black woman, a team of Black women that you know is going to protect your assets and stand firmly against shark, nasty, disgusting people like this. Adam Jackson, let me show you a close-up. Also founder of Brain Trust, co-founder with the other guy, Gabriel, I just showed you, allegedly took part in this fraudulent sale. Now, we're still waiting for the autopsy results of how she passed away, because, of course, they haven't released it yet, and they haven't provided any information. But I have a strong feeling that I won't be sharing with anyone at this point in time, because they like to say that we are accusing them of shit when the evidence be right in front of our faces. So I can't tell you what my speculations are, but I'm going to leave you all to do so in the comments down below. Let me know what y'all think about this. But this video is to simply warn y'all about angel investors and knowing who you're getting into business with. Yes, entrepreneurship is exciting. Yes, it's something new. It's how you're able to build generational wealth. But what I need you to be aware of is that these men are watching you like a hawk. They're watching you put in the work. They're watching you struggle. They're watching you and seeing what you bring to the table, knowing that you are worth millions. And they're snatching things away from people. Now, if I were the Black community or in the Black community, do not purchase Uoma Beauty. Not until they make that shit right. Make them lose every single until that shit is rectified or clarified. Make the net worth of that company tank. Since that's how y'all want to play, let's play. And be very careful about who you choose to get into bed with, because I'm quite certain that if that woman is saying that it was a fraudulent sale, it's a good possibility it was. And the fact that they weren't willing to at the very least rectify the situation while she was still living on earth, and then she mysteriously died 6 months into the lawsuit, screams to me that she had a good case. But that's just alleged, and that's what the streets potentially is saying. I'm sure the facts will yield what the facts yield. Let me know what y'all think down below. And for the women entrepreneurs, please be careful. Protect yourselves, because these kind of sharks, they out there and they sniffing around at your baby's generation.
I'm just gonna take a little bit. You want to dispense just a small amount on the cap. The best thing about this formula is just how cooling it is on the skin. Get away from the light now. Just watch this happen. You see that? Just watch that. Most incredible part, even all of the blush I have on, as you can see, it's not moving my makeup. My makeup is not going anywhere. It's doing right here. It's just going over my lines, over my grease, and just blowing on my skin.
Fellow beauty brand founder Sharon Chuter has died. Guys, I am devastated. I saw some of the news going around yesterday. I did not want to believe it. I kept searching. Is this true? Is this true? Can't be true. I'm devastated. Sharon, 38, a force in beauty, founder of Pull Up for Change, and of course her own brand, Uoma Beauty, and she's gone. And I don't understand. I don't understand it. Here is a photo of us at a Women's Wear Daily CEO conference from 2022, I think. What a force. A force for change, equality, fairness. Beauty has lost a bright, shining light. And Sharon, we are better for all that you've done for us and all that you've done for the industry. You will be missed. My heart goes out to your family and friends, and that's all I have to say.
What's up, family? This is a dirty, low-down, heartbreaking case. Uoma Beauty founder Sharon Chuter was found inside of her home, dead, unexpectedly, at the age of 38. This comes in the middle of a $50 million lawsuit against her partners for her cosmetic brand. According to People, the Nigerian-born beauty executive was found dead inside of her Los Angeles home on August 14. The cause of death is listed under the Los Angeles Medical Examiner as deferred or under investigation. Sharon launched her beauty brand, Uoma Beauty, at Ulta stores in 2019. Its claim to fame was its inclusivity of different skin tones, with its Say What foundation collection that had 51 shades. She was also outspoken about racism in the corporate world. In 2020, she started the viral campaign #PullUpOrShutUp in reaction to the nationwide protest against the murder of George Floyd by a white police officer in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The hashtag targeted companies that made performative gestures online to address racism without taking concrete steps to address those issues within their own workspaces. Her Pull Up for Change initiative challenged major brands like L'Oreal and Glossier to disclose the number of Black employees in their companies. And now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. In 2023, Sharon stepped down from her post as CEO. On an Instagram post, she wrote that she was ready to leave the corporate grind and she had been hospitalized that year. She said she lost 10 kilograms in 1 week. 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, so 10 kilograms is 22 pounds in 1 week. But she said in the post that she was back albeit forced into medical leave, which was the true story of her sabbatical. Her reasons for leaving the brand ended up being even more complicated. In February of this year, Sharon filed a lawsuit against the new owners, MacArthur Beauty, venture capitalist fund Brain Trust, and Settle Funding. When Uoma Beauty relaunched in 2024 under the new leadership, she told Allure that the reason she stepped down was because there would have been friction between herself and Brain Trust. She claimed in the lawsuit that MacArthur...
Women, don't let them play you. Sharon Chuter wasn't just a beauty boss, she was a fighter. She forced the industry to include us, to hire us, to recognize us. But behind closed doors, she was in court claiming her company was sold out from under her while she was sick. So no, don't give another dollar to a brand who disrespected the black woman who built it. If you claim to support black women, this is where you draw the line.
This is a pretty crazy one right here. Sharon Chuter, the founder of inclusive beauty brand Uoma Beauty. I might be butchering it. Forgive me. She is dead at 38, 6 months into her multi-million-dollar lawsuit after being kicked out of her own company. Uoma Beauty founder Sharon Chuter filed a lawsuit in February 2025, that's this year, against MacArthur Beauty Brain Trust and Settle Funding, alleging that her company's assets were sold without her knowledge to satisfy a loan, and that Brain Trust illegally pushed her out of her operational role. The lawsuit claims the company was sold for far less than its $50 million evaluation. The lawsuit and the sale occurred just months before Chuter's untimely death in August 2025, and the sale of the company's assets is still under legal dispute with no settlement in place. RIP, this is an ongoing story. All right, so since she just died, I'm going to give it a few days because, you know, I gotta let people that do way more research than I do get in there. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to go find where they are on their forum, and then I got to bring that to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But this is fucking crazy. What the fuck? What do you mean? Something don't sound right. And the fact that she's a black woman, I don't like it. I don't like what they got going on. The hell? Y'all gonna kill her instead of paying her out? Oh, that's what we doing now. We killing people instead of paying them out. What the fuck? What is this? Fucking mafia? What is this?
The nefariousness of businesses when you're on FMLA or any other kind of medical leave, they use it against you. This is one of the saddest things that I think I've heard in a very long time. And Sharon Chuter, you all know that she founded her brand about 5 or 6 years ago. It was a game changer in the makeup industry, especially for brown and black women. A couple of years ago, she got sick and she thought that it was some form of cancer, and at the time the doctor said she was fine. She goes back to work, and earlier this year she decided to step down from the board so that she could focus more on her personal life. But she got sick and she found out that she had cancer. She went out on FMLA, and during that time the board sold her company out from under her. Her company was valued at $50 million, but it was sold to satisfy a $6.2 million loan, leaving Sharon Chuter with absolutely nothing. So she sued, and unfortunately, she recently passed away. Let that sink in. When someone takes time off for FMLA, legitimately, I did. I had breast cancer, which I know for a fact the workplace abuse and all of the shenanigans that I was dealing with made me sick. I don't know what caused her cancer, but if I'm a betting woman, I'm sure that the shenanigans going on at her company didn't help. This is psychological abuse of the worst kind. For you to be sick, to utilize FMLA, which is your right, and to know that while you are out trying to heal, people are behind the scenes trying to steal. Shame on those board members. Shame on anyone who had anything to do with taking her company away from her and, in effect, stealing her money. Dr. Antoinette Bonnie Candia Bailey said before she unalived herself because of workplace abuse at Lincoln University in Missouri, she said, "Karma has no deadline." We may never know the time nor the day, but karma has no deadline. Justice has no deadline. And for those people involved in her financial and even health demise, karma has no.
Calling all makeup lovers, give you Uoma Beauty. Founded in 2018 by Sharon Chuter, want to rewrite the rules of inclusivity and diversity. This brand is for everyone. Pricing doesn't break the bank, and I love the representation.
So guys, I'm still on road trip. You can see the fine scenery. Yeah, so I'm still on the road trip, right? So guys, as you see in the video, what is your take on it? You know, because we know a lot of black founders, their ideas had been stolen. And you know, once you want to go invest your ideas or your business or whatever it is that you formed, you need to be careful, because a lot of these people around are scavengers that are waiting on the corner or are lurking in the corner to steal your hard-earned ideas and, you know, production or whatever it is that you've created. So a lot of people are saying people need to do their due diligence. You just don't go and get investors that at the end of the day they're gonna sell the company or they're gonna take you out of the company, your own company that you've sweat through blood to build it, and someone will just come from nowhere because they have money and they're gonna invest it, and at the end of the day they're gonna cheat you out of your own company. So if a black person has an idea, a great idea, they should learn to make sure that even if they want to invest it, go get someone of like minds to do it, someone that will not cheat you out of your hard work. You know, so her death is so untimely, it's fishy, it's uncalled for, and I think proper investigation has to be done to ascertain what actually happened to her, right? So guys, drop your thoughts in the comment, right? And if you have come